Hello and welcome to the eShop window, where we take a quick peek into next week so that you can find interesting new games coming to your Nintendo Switch that you may have otherwise missed. At the time of recording, there are 13 games coming out next week, including Darksiders War Mastered Edition, Shadowblade Reload, and Circuits, a game that's particularly interesting to me, and you'll find out why. And with all that out of the way, what are we waiting for? Let's get window shopping. The formula of a 3D Zelda game is incredibly hard to replicate, and that's why we honestly don't see it done all that often. When Darksiders first came out, it was compared to a 3D Zelda with combat similar to God of War or Devil May Cry. This remaster keeps the wonderful mechanics and world building of the franchise's first entry, but with updated graphics for your eyes to behold. In this game, you play as the Horsemen of the Apocalypse War, and find retribution against those who falsely stripped you of your powers. Darksiders War Mastered Edition rides onto the Switch on April 2nd, and it's only $29.99, which I think is a huge point in its favor. In this laser guiding type puzzle game, Spellkeeper, you're asked to be the chosen one, saving the butterflies trapped in cocoons. So if you use your imagination a little bit, you can just pretend it's a bunch of metapods evolving into Butterfrees, and then it's a Pokemon game. Yeah, no, it's not a Pokemon game. Spellkeeper metamorphoses onto the Switch April 2nd for $4.49 if you buy it early. It's not every day that robots are taking over the world. Well, not in real life. Although... Nah, just kidding, not in real life. In this vertical shmup, take on the role of one of our four heroes in this cartoony, comic art style to face off against the robot uprising alone or in local co-op. Anger Force Reloaded blasts onto the Switch April 2nd for $8.49. If you were into that Katana Zero game from the Direct last week, there's a good chance this next one could be up your alley. Shadowblade Reload is a ninja-themed action platformer with a vibrant and colorful art style. The gameplay seems to be super smooth, and the levels diverse. Use all the tools at your disposal when Shadowblade Reload dashes onto the Switch on April 3rd for $9.99. Bow to Blood Last Captain Standing is a game that first appeared as a VR game, which does beg the question if Labo VR is going to be compatible with other software and they just haven't told us, but I doubt it. Explore the beautiful sci-fi areas as you shoot your way around alien planets to be the last ship standing in a spacefaring Hunger Games type plot. Bow to Blood Last Captain Standing stands strong on the Switch on April 3rd for $17.99. This next game's a bit gratuitous, so lock your eyes in their optimal rolling positions. Smashing the Battle is a top-down hack and slash in the year 2085, where robot construction workers have started attacking humans, and it's your duty to find out what happened. All the characters are female and a little too well endowed, but they're certainly fun to be had. Smashing the Battle hacks onto the Switch on April 4th for $9.99. Pitfall Planet is cute. This co-op puzzle game reminds me of Captain Toad and Death Squared and has charm out the wazoo. Explore the vast underground of the faraway planet your two astrobots have wound up on, and try not to die while you're at it. And you can do some of this. Love it. Pitfall Planet digs onto the Switch on April 4th for $11.49. The tagline for Overwhelm is, "It's an action horror world platformer where the enemies level up and you don't." The art style is a red monochrome with really simple pixel art graphics, but looks very well done. Though this game has released elsewhere before, the Switch has an exclusive co-op mode where you and a friend can die together. Overwhelm will make you see red on April 4th for $9.99. Do you like boss fights? Do you like more robots? Do you like the creator from Gunman Clive? Because that's what Mechtermination Force is. Play alone or with a friend in local co-op as you take down robots in big old boss fights. I'm not in love with the art style, but I also didn't love the art style of Gunman Clive, and apparently a lot of people loved that one, so who knows. Mechtermination Force pounds its way onto the Switch April 4th for $11.99. So you've finished Wargroove, you're waiting for Fire Emblem, and remembering that the Advanced Wars series is never gonna live again. Well, in the meantime comes War Theater, a fairly challenging turn-based strategy RPG. The characters are halfway between Plague Road and SteamWorld, but you can once again play in co-op if you'd like. War Theater carefully plans its way onto the Switch on April 4th for $9.99. Tower defense games vary wildly when it comes to concept, graphics, and much more. Yet Another Zombie Defense HD is the next game to implement both tower defense and a free roaming character, in this case, one with twin-stick shooter style combat. As the title aptly shows, you're trying to defend against zombies, but the title doesn't tell you that it's also local 4-player co-op or PvP. Yet Another Zombie Defense HD stumbles onto the Switch on April 5th for $4.99. The card-based RPG Monster Slayers is a roguelike where you progress as far through the game as you can as you create your character and build your deck to victory. From the reviews I've seen, if you like the concept of these elements, then you'll actually probably like this game since it puts them together pretty well. Monster Slayer builds itself a home on Switch on April 5th for $14.99. The last game for next week is especially interesting to me. As you've probably noticed over the past couple weeks, I'm a musician among other things. There are a number of aspects of music that seem daunting or hard to master, one of which is training your ear. In the music puzzle game Circuits, you listen to a piece of music that's depicted in a circuit structure which you can restart and play around with. And then you're tasked to match up the melodies, beats, and sounds that were played from a set of audio samples that it might have been. Again, as a musician, I feel like this would be a fun and great way to get into training your ear, even without picking up an instrument. Circuit branches out onto the Switch on April 5th for $4.99. And that's it, that's all the games coming out next week. What did you think? Which of these are you most interested in playing? Also, as an extra other question, what's a game that you'd like to see a sequel for that maybe hasn't got one or has gotten a bunch but you just want another one? Go ahead and comment that down below, and then while you're at it too, give the video a like or dislike if that's what you want, subscribe to the channel, and then stay tuned for other videos that come out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time, and then we've got a podcast as well. This week's going to be a bit different, but don't worry about that. In any case, that's it for me. Have a great week, and thanks for window shopping.